Hi, guys and gals. Al Smith here. Today we're going to talk about the XYZ convention with Modified Walsh. This is an advanced convention, but is well worth the effort to learn learn it. It provides really great advantages for the responder to describe his or her hand. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's talk a little bit about Walsh. Let's revisit Walsh for a second. Walsh is used to bypass 4+ diamonds to prioritize finding the major suit fit after partner opens one club in any seat with 6 to 11 points. The purpose of Walsh is to allow the responder to show that they have a 4-card major when it is probable there are not enough points to go to game. So it gives priority to showing the major suit fit. What modified Walsh is we change that upper limit from 11 to 9. Okay, now in the normal Walsh, the expectation is that the responder is going to make a responder reverse with 12+ points. So now when we lower this to 9, what's that do for us? Well, what it does, it allows us to have two different types of reverses with different strengths. One, the normal reverse with 12+ length points, and what we call a mini reverse with 10 to 11 points. What this does is really gives us an enhanced capability to describe the responder's hand much more exactly. Okay, now remember that the responder reverse is 4 to 6 cards in the lower ranking suit and 4 to 5 cards in the higher ranking suit. If we had an equal number, let's say 5 hearts and 5 diamonds, we're going to bid the hearts first. But if we have 5 diamonds and 4 hearts, that's a reversible hand. Now, because it's a responder reverse, we can actually do this with 4 cards in each one of the suits. Okay, now, so one other thing to remember about Walsh is that it is a convention for both the responder and the opener. The opener Walsh bids after responder bids 1 diamond remain unchanged. Okay, we really have 2 different bids. If the opener has a 4-card major with an unbalanced hand, the opener is going to show it at the 1 level. If they have a balanced hand with 12 to 14 high card points, they're going to bypass the 4-card major, even if they've got 4 hearts and 4 spades and bid 1 no trump, with the expectation that the responder will do a responder reverse if they have a 4-card major and 12+ points. This approach guarantees that you're still going to find that 4-4-8 card fit and be able to place the contract in the right place. Okay, that's an important building block for XYZ. All right, now let's look at XYZ. Okay, and it's built upon this change within Walsh. Okay, what it does is allows the responder to show the precise point range in the responder's hand. 6 to 9 points, 10 to 11 points, or 12+ points. It really gives you the capability to nail this down and communicate it clearly to the opener. It also allows the responder to show almost the exact shape of the hand. So let's look at this some more. Okay, XYZ is only used after the opener and responder have 3 bids at the 1 level. Okay, here are the bidding sequence where it can be employed. Okay, now remember that the responder is going to bypass 4+ diamonds with a 4-card major and less than 9 length points. For example, in this first one here, we've got 1 club, the responder bidding 1 diamond. Okay, if the responder had 4 hearts or 4 spades, only 6 to 9 points, he or she would bid 1 heart or 1 spade. Okay, that's really an important concept to understand, because what that says, if they bid 1 diamond and then bid 1 heart or bid hearts or spades later, that means they have typically more than 6 to 9 points. Okay, one sequence where we have 3 bids at the 1 level, 1 heart, 1 spade, 1 no trump, we do not use XYZ. We use the Kaplan interchange convention, which we explained earlier in the response system to partner opening one of a major. So keep that in mind. All right, now the XYZ actually employs two different bids. It's very similar to what I call structurally to Leventhal, and they are forcing bids that show an exact strength of the responder's hand. Two clubs and two diamonds. Both are alertable. Two clubs says absolutely nothing about clubs, but it does say, hey, partner, I've got exactly 10 to 11 length points. And I'm asking you or commanding you, directing you, you must bid two diamonds. Okay, we'll see why in a moment. Okay, so this is really going to initiate a telling sequence. Now, a telling sequence is when the responder is going to describe his or her hand in more detail to the opener. Now, the two diamond bid is different. Again, it says nothing about diamonds, but it says it's got 12 plus points. Okay, and it's game forcing, and this is an asking bid instead of it's asking the opener to tell the responder more about the opener's hand. So, in a telling bid, it's in essence gathering information from the opener so that the responder can decide what to do. So it can tell the opener more about the responder's hand so the opener can decide what to do. In an asking bid, it's to get more information from the opener so the responder can figure out what to do. All right, we're going to look at two particular sequences. Okay, example sequences where we can use XYZ and the implications on the bidding system. The first one we're going to look at is where the opener opens one club, responder bids one diamond, and then the opener bids one heart. What do we know? Well, we know that the opener's got an unbalanced hand. Okay, how do we know that? Because they didn't bypass one heart. Okay, if they'd had a balanced hand, they would have bid one no trump with 12 to 14 points. So we know that the opener's got 2 plus clubs and 4 hearts. Okay, 2 plus clubs because we're using a short club. If we're using a standard American, it's going to be 3 plus clubs. What do we know about the responder? Well, we know the responder's got 4 plus diamonds and 6 plus points, and one of two hand types. They've either got no 4-card major, or they have a long, let's just say let's just back up for a second. We know that the responder has 4 plus diamonds and 6 plus points. We're not going to try to guess what the other things are that the responder has at this point in time. Now let's look at what the effect of this bidding sequence will have on our bidding system. Okay, if the opener at this particular point, the responder at this particular point in time, with their second bid, bids one spade, what does it tell us? Well, first of all, you might normally think that this says, hey, I've got 4 spades. No, it doesn't. It says they have 3 spades and didn't have a better bid to make. Why 3? Well, if they'd had 4 spades and only 6 to 9 points, they would not have bid 1 diamond. They would have bypassed it and bid 1 spade. Okay, so you see how these two, Walsh, Modified Walsh, and XYZ dovetail together to give you a lot more information in terms of the point count and the number of cards in the suit. Okay, if the responder bids one no trump, just normal. It says I've got 2 to 3 spades, 2 to 3 hearts, 6 to 9 high card points. Now, because they bid 1 diamond to begin with, they got 4 plus diamonds. But in essence, says I think one no trump is probably the best contract. And because the opener has not indicated they have any extra values, one no trump is probably going to be the probable contract unless the opener has a highly distributional hand. Okay, now the next bid in this sequence is 2 clubs. Okay, 2 clubs initiates what I call the XYZ, one of the XYZ sequences. Okay, two clubs says, hey, I've got 10 to 11 points, exactly 10 to 11 points. Okay, now this is true about 95% of the time. There's one case where you're not going to have 10 to 11, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, and what this says is, hey, partner, I want you to bid 2 diamonds so I, the responder, can further describe my hand so you, the opener, can decide what to do. Okay, 2 diamonds is different. It says, hey, opener, I've got 12 plus points. And what I want you to do is tell me what you got so I can decide what to do. Very interesting because we got 2 sides of the coin. 2 clubs is telling, 2 diamonds is asking. Okay, now, if the responder at this particular point in time bids 2 hearts, is saying, hey, we've got a 4-4 fit in hearts. Well, how many points does that mean? Well, in this particular case, what it does is changes the meaning of 2 hearts. Normally, 2 hearts in this case would mean that you've got a 4-card fit and 6 to 9 points. But because the opener, the responder did not bid hearts first. They bid diamonds. They are saying if they have 4 hearts, they're showing 10 plus points. But now in this particular case, it's going to promise 12 plus points because if we've got 10 to 11 points, we're going to bid 2 clubs and then bid hearts later. So you can see how these things kind of start to fit together. It's going to take you a while to fully embrace this and wrap your mind around it, but it is really cool. Okay, if the responder at this point bids 2 spades, what they're doing is just showing a full responder reverse with 12 plus points. Okay, now here's a little twist. Okay, 2 no trump is an artificial bid. There's really no reason to have 2 no trump as a natural bid. We want this to be artificial. And the reason we're going to incorporate this is it gives the capability of signing off in clubs when we have a minimal hand and 4 plus diamonds and 5 plus cards when clubs when our partner opens 1 club. It's kind of helps us cover all the bases in terms of all the different situations where we might want to sign off, show 10 to 11 points, 12 plus points, or so forth. Now, 3 clubs and 3 diamonds are actually strong bids because we're going to always use 2 clubs to show 10 to 11. By bidding 3 clubs, we're in essence saying we started out, our partner bid a club, we've got 5 plus clubs and 4 plus diamonds. We wanted to tell our partner about the diamonds. When our partner, so we can gather more information about the opener's hand. And in this sequence, they said we've got 4 hearts. We don't have a fit. What we want to do is go back and show them our fit within clubs and that we've got 12 plus points. So we bid 3 clubs. The same is true in diamonds. We've got long diamonds. We've got 12 plus points. We want to show our partner whether we've got rebiddable diamond suit with 12 plus points. We do that by bidding 3 diamonds. Okay, so these kind of follow the pretty much the standard American environment, but are very specific in that they actually now promise game going points, 12 plus points, versus 10 in the standard American environment. Okay, now, so those are these sequences here. Now, just one note here. After the 2 no trump, this is a relay to 3 clubs. Because you've got a weak hand and a club fit, when the opener bids 3 clubs, we're going to pass. That's the way we get to sign off. All right. Now, let's go ahead and look at the extension of these sequences after the responder bids either 2 clubs or 2 hearts. Okay, when the responder bids 2 clubs, this is forcing, it's a relay for the opener to bid 2 diamonds. We're going to assume that the 2 clubs has been bid and opener has bid 2 diamonds. Now, what are the responders? What's the responder's third bid going to be? Well, if the responder has longer diamonds and no bid anywhere in a weak hand, they're just going to simply pass. Okay, and so pass the sign off in diamonds. Okay, now with 10 to 11, and now by the way, that's the only time that you're going to bid two clubs with less than 10 points. Okay, is when you've got a weak hand with long diamonds and you want to sign off in the diamond suit. Okay, let's look at the situation where the opener of the responder's got 10 to 11 points. Okay, if the responder bids two hearts after they bid two clubs and opener bids two diamonds, the two clubs says, hey, I've got 10 to 11 points. Okay, then opener bids two diamonds and the responder bids two hearts and says, and oh, by the way, I have four hearts, so we have a 4-4 heart bid. Okay, so by using the sequence of bids in combination with one another, we're describing to the responder is describing exactly the shape of their hand and the number of points. If the responder at this point bids two spades, what they're showing is a mini reverse. Why? Because they bid diamonds, then they bid spades, a higher ranking suit, after they indicated they got 10 to 11 points. So it's saying, I've got 10 to 11 points, and I've got a mini reverse. So I've got 4 to 6 diamonds and 4 to 5 spades. Okay, what this does is help the opener understand what the shape of the responder's hand is and how many points they've got. That allows the opener then to determine where the contract should be going and what level it should be at. Okay, 2-no trump is basically a normal bid. It says, hey, I've got 10 to 11 points and a blocker in spades because it's the unbid suit. So now the opener can decide whether they need to put the contract in a suit or pass 2-no trump or bid 3-no trump. Okay, 3 clubs shows an invitational hand with a club bid, 4 plus diamonds and 5 plus clubs. Okay, so we saw earlier how we would show that hand with a weak hand and with a strong hand, 12 plus. We'll review that a little bit more in a minute. Then we've got finally 3 diamonds, which says, hey, I told you I have 10 to 11 points. Now I'm telling you I've got 6 plus diamonds. Okay, a rebiddable diamond suit. Okay, so that allows the responder to tell the opener what he or she has. Okay, let's look at the situation after the responder bids 2 diamonds. Remember, 2 diamonds is forcing, and it's an asking bid, asking the opener to further describe his or her hand. Okay, so got this sequence: 1 club, 1 diamond, 1 heart, 2 diamonds. Alert, my partner's got 12 plus points. Doesn't say anything about diamonds. Okay, what is the opener going to do with their third bid? Well, if they bid too hard, in essence, it's kind of a temporizing bid because we already know that they've got more clubs than hearts. Okay, so they bid 2 hearts. It says, doesn't really provide any more clarification. It just says, I don't have a better bid. I don't have a spade blocker, because if they had a spade blocker, they would bid no trump. Okay, and the same is true if they bid 2 spades. It doesn't say that they've got a spade blocker. It says no spade blocker, because if they had a spade blocker, they would bid 2-no trump. Okay, so what we've got here, if they do have a spade blocker, they're going to bid 2-no trump, inviting the responder to take control and determine where the contract should be placed in terms of the suit or in terms of no trump. Okay, so, but remember, two diamonds generally initiates a game forcing auction. They bid 3 clubs and said, hey, partner, I've had rebiddable clubs. Okay, rebiddable clubs would be 6 plus clubs and 4 hearts. So it provides a lot of information back to the responder as to what the opener has. Okay, so the intention of XYZ using in conjunction with Modified Walsh is to give the opener and the responder the capability to very explicitly describe the number of actually the responder, very explicitly define the number of points they have in the hand, the shape of the hand. Now, the other sequences after one club, one diamond, for example, one spade or one no trump, are very similar to what we've already discussed. I'm going to leave that up to you to figure out and to diagram to whatever, so you can fully embrace this convention. All right, now, I just want to give you a different view of what we just talked about. Okay, I want to, so you can see how we're going to create a matrix here of what the bidding sequences would be like if responder has 4 plus diamonds and 5 plus clubs. Well, if they've got 4 plus diamonds and 5 plus clubs with 6 to 9 points, what they're going to do is go ahead, bid 2 diamonds and are weak and want to sign off in clubs, they'll bid 2 diamonds, 2 clubs, 2 diamonds. The opener will bid 2 diamonds. The responder will bid 2 no trump. The responder, the responder will bid 2 no trump. The opener will bid 3 clubs, and then the responder will then pass signing off in clubs. If they've got 10 to 11, they'll bid 2 clubs, and then the opener will bid 2 diamonds, and the responder will bid 3 clubs. Now, if they've got opening points, they'll bid 2 diamonds. The opener will bid something, and then the responder will bid 3 clubs. So we've got a natural progression here, so we can show exactly 6 to 9 points, 10 to 11 points, or 12 plus points, and showing we got 4 plus diamonds and 5 plus clubs. Pretty cool. Same is true with diamonds. We have 3 different bids that come into play. Okay. Now, if the responder has 4 hearts, okay, in this particular situation, to show 6 to 9, they're just going to simply raise 1 heart to 2 hearts. If they've got 10 to 11, they'll initiate XYZ by bidding 2 clubs and then 2 diamonds, then bidding 2 hearts. And if they've got 12 plus, they'll bid 2 diamonds. The opener will bid something, and the responder will bid 3 hearts. So we see how these bids tie together to show the exact point count, range, and the shape of the hand. Same is true of spades. And with a balanced hand, you're going to want to be able to explore no trump in a systematic manner. Okay, let's go ahead and look at one more sequence here. This is 1 club, and we'll assume that the responder bids 1 heart. We want to have a sequence showing the responder bid a major. Okay, when the responder bids major 1 heart here, what are they promising? They're promising 4 plus hearts and 6 plus points. That's all we know. Now, in this particular situation, we've got the opener bidding 1 spade. What's the 1 spade say? It says, well, they've got an unbalanced hand. Well, no, it doesn't say it. They've got a unbalanced hand. I'm sorry about that. That would only be true if they bid 1 diamond. When they bid 1 spade, it says, no, I don't have 4 hearts, but I've got 4 spades. Okay, now the question is, what is the responder going to do? Okay, now, the responder's first bid is a major in this sequence. Okay, the real underlying question is, does the responder have 4 or 5 plus cards in the major? And if they have 5 plus cards in the major, does the opener have 3 card support? Okay, now, normally we would use XY, we would use new minor forcing if we had 5 plus cards in the suit and 10 plus points. Okay, so XYZ allows us a much richer set of bids to actually replace new minor forcing. We'll see how this works in a second. Okay, so we've got the 1 club, 1 heart, 1 spade. All right, now, responder in this particular situation, what are the normal bids that they can make? Well, they can bid 1 no trump, which wouldn't say, I only have 4 hearts, I only have 2 to 3 spades, I got 6 to 9 points. And it looks like a pretty good contract to me. Okay, 2 clubs. What does 2 clubs say? 2 clubs says, hey, I've got 10 to 11 points. What's it say about hearts? Doesn't say anything more about hearts. We still know that we can have 4 plus hearts. All right, now,
And what does two diamonds say? Two diamonds says, hey, I've got 4 plus hearts, I got 12 plus points. But what's it say? Do they have 5 or not? Well, we'll find out about that in a minute. Okay, but what we're going to use the telling sequence with respect to two clubs, we'll see that in a minute, and the asking sequence of two diamond characteristic of two diamonds to find out if opener's got 3 card support. So let's take a look at this some more. Okay, naturally, in this sequence, if the responder bids 2 hearts, what's it say? It says, I've got 5 plus hearts and only 6 to 9 points, and I want to sign off in this contract. It's a sign off bid. Don't bid anymore. Okay, and if it bids 2 spades, what this says is, hey, I've got we have a 4-4 fit in spades, and we have a minimum number. I have a minimum number of points, 6 to 9 points. Why 6 to 9? Well, if I had 10 to 11, I would have bid 2 clubs first and then bid 2 spades. So you can see how the sequence of bids are used to differentiate the point counts between 6 to 9, 10 to 11, and 12 plus. Okay, 2 no trump is, again, it's a relay to 3 clubs. Okay, so that when the opener bids 3 clubs, the responder is going to pass. Now, get a little note here, it'll come in the next lesson, because this has an effect on changing the definition of the weak bid for 3 in terms of inverted minors. Okay, and we'll point that out in that particular lesson. Okay, now again, we've got the situation where we could have a fit in the clubs that which our partner opened and have 4 hearts with 12 plus points. Works the same way. If we had only 10 in that fit, we would have gone through 2 clubs first. So again, we use this capability for initiating an extended bidding sequence that allows us to further describe our hand. Okay, let's look at the situation where, excuse me, our partner has bid 2 clubs, and we have long diamonds and a weak hand. We want to sign off on that. We're going to bid 2 clubs. Our opener is going to bid 2 diamonds, and we're going to pass. Now let's look at those situations with 10 to 11 points. Okay, now remember, we bid a major the first time. If we bid 2 hearts, which is a rebid of our suit, it says we've already told our partner by bidding 2 clubs that we got 10 to 11 points, right? Okay, now if we rebid hearts at this particular juncture, it says, hey, we've got 5 plus hearts. So this is what replaces new minor forcing, that portion of new minor forcing, with 5 plus hearts and 10 to 11 points. Okay, and it's much better because it specifically says, partner, I've got 10 to 11 points. And we're going to see in a minute how we can compare that when we have 12 plus. Okay, now if we bid 2 spades at this particular point in time after going through 2 clubs and after the opener bid 2 diamonds, so we got a 4-4 fit, but with 10 to 11 points. Okay, and 2 no trumps is we've got a diamond blocker. Because we did no trump, we've got to have a blocker of the unbid suit. What's not bid in this sequence? Diamonds. Okay, if we bid 3 clubs, it's saying we've got the club fit, okay, and an unbalanced hand. So the 2 no trump also implies that we have a balanced hand. Okay, let's look at what happens after we bid 2 diamonds. Okay, 2 diamonds again is an asking bid, 2 clubs with a telling bid. Okay, what happens? Okay, we bid 2 diamonds and says, hey, we've got 12 plus points. Tell me about your hand. Well, the first thing we want to know from the opener is whether if the opener has 3 cards support in our bid major suit. Okay, so if we've got 3 cards support, no matter what else we've got, we're going to bid 2 hearts. This shows 3 hearts, 3 card support in the major suit. What this does is put the ball back into the responder's course. If they've got 5 plus hearts, now they know what suit they want to be contract. So this is the second half of the new minor forcing. And now the responder knows that they've got an 8 plus card fit. He's got opening points. Partner's got opening points. And the only question is, where do they want to play game? Do they want to play it no trump, or do they want to play it in hearts? And, if it's strong enough, you might even want to explore slam. but 2 hearts is the first priority if you've got 3 card support. Okay, 2 spades is a denial bid. It says I can't bid no trump. I don't have 3 hearts. I don't have, I shouldn't say 4 hearts. It's, I don't have, uh, uh, and I don't have a blocker in spades. I'm going to have to fix that. I'll fix this in the handout. Let me put a quick note here. This is slide 8 and 2 spade bid. Okay, I'll fix that. Okay, and what it says, I don't have a blocker in spades. What do you want to do? Okay, or I don't have, I'm sorry, I don't have a diamond blocker. Okay, and 2 no trump says I do have a diamond blocker. 3 clubs says we've got a club fit. Where do you think we should go? Should we be playing in clubs as a contract? Should we be playing in no trump? Okay. Now the other sequences where there's an open of a 1 of a minor suit and a response of a 1 of the majors, they're very similar. Again, that's up to you to figure out, to go through and to study. Let's go through some examples here. Okay, in this first example, okay, we have 5, 11, 13 points. We've got 4 clubs. So we want to open, so we're going to open a club. Okay, now in this hand, we have 5, 6. We've got 6 high card points. We want to respond something. Okay, and what do we want to respond? I'm going to bid 1 heart. And because the opener doesn't have 4 spades in this particular case, we've got 12, 14, bid 1 no trump, and we're just going to pass. So this is just a regular auction that occurred. Okay, you can see it really didn't have any, XYZ didn't have any effect on it. However, so everything integrates together in a complementing manner. All right, let's look at this one here. Our partner opens 1 club again. We've got 4, 6, 7, 8, 10. We've got 10 points. Now we want to be able to tell our partner we've got 10 points, don't we? Okay, so what are we going to do here? Well, we've got 4 diamonds. We don't have a 4 card major. We got 4 diamonds. Going to bid 1 diamond. Not great diamond, but we got 4 of them. We want our partner to know we got 4. So our partner now knows we've got 4 plus diamonds. Okay, again, okay, now because we're playing Modified Walsh, we don't have a 4 card major, but so the opener is going to bid 1 no trump. Okay, now what are we going to do here? We want to tell our partner we've got 10 to 11 points. So we bid 2 clubs, and the opener comes back and obediently bids 2 diamonds. Okay, now we're going to further describe our hand. This is the telling. 2 clubs initiates the telling sequence. So what do we want to tell our partner? Well, we really don't have a super fit in clubs, but we've got 10 points. We've got a balanced hand, so we want to bid 2 no trump. All right, now the opener's got 5, 9, 12. Probably not enough to go anywhere, so he's going to pass. So we've got to the right contract, to the right level, using XYZ. Let's look at example number 3. Okay, again, our partner opens 1 club. Now, in this case, we've got what? 5, 6. We've got 7 high card points, 8, 9 length points. Okay, so we don't, 9 is not, we don't have 10. So we do have 4 hearts. So what we want to do is we want to emphasize and prioritize showing our major suit. So we're going to bid 1 heart. We say, well, what are we going to do? Well, let's see what happens. Okay, it comes back and our partner bids 1 no trump, saying that they've got a balanced hand. Well, we don't like no trump, do we? We've got 6, 4, 2, 1 shape. We want to be in diamonds. Our partner is denied having 4 hearts. Okay, we've got 6 diamonds. How do we sign off in diamonds? Well, we lie. We bid 2 clubs. Our partner bids 2 diamonds. And what do? We pass. So this gives us an escape valve. When we've got this type of hand, we've got enough points that we want to respond. We want to show our major, but then we want to be able to sign off in the minor suit at a later time. And this gives us the capability of doing that. It's really cool. Okay, let's look at example number 4. In this one, partner opens the club again. Now, what do we got here? We got 5 hearts and 5 diamonds. All right. So we're 5-5. Now we're going to use our normal bidding logic. When we've got 5-5, we're always going to bid the higher ranking suit first by bidding one heart. Now, in this case, the opener is going to, well, actually, the opener should bid one spade here, but they bid one no. They didn't know what they were doing, but they should actually bid one spade. Okay. So they bid one no. Now, what do we want to bid? Okay. Well, we've got, how many points do we got? We've got 10, 4, 7, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 length points. Okay. So what do we want to bid? We want to tell our partner we've got 12 plus. So we bid 2 diamonds and our partner comes back and that's an asking bid, right? And what are we asking? We're asking our partner to tell us that they got 3 hearts. So our partner goes 2 hearts and go, oh, happy go lucky. I'm happy as a pig in mud. Okay, now you know you got an 8 card fit. You've got 15 your points. Your partner has promised you 12. Okay, you got a singleton and a spades. The good question is, you want to bid 4 hearts? Do you want to go to slam? So we're just going to say bid 4 hearts. So you can see how that works, that asking and the telling. Okay, let's look at example number 5. Again, he opens 1 club. Now, in this case, we've got 4, 4, 4, 1 shape. All right, now we've got 4, 8, 10. We've got 11 points. So what do we want to bid first? Well, we want to tell our partner, because we've got 10 plus points, that we want to tell our partner first that we've got 4 plus diamonds. So we bid a diamond. You say, well, how are we going to be able to show all of this? Well, let's take a look at this. Our partner comes back and bids 1 no again. Okay, so what are we going to bid now? We're going to bid 2 clubs. If we're going to come back and bid 2 diamonds, what are we going to bid? We're going to bid 2 spades. Okay, we're going to skip those hearts. Why are we going to skip those hearts? Because partner comes back and bids 2 no trump. And what we're going to bid now is either pass or bid 3 hearts. Okay, now in this particular situation, since they denied having a 4 card major, we're just going to pass it to no trump. Okay, let's look at example number 6. Here they open 1 club again. Now we've got long diamonds again. 2, 4, 6 of them. We've got 4, 8, 11, 12, 13. So we're going to bid 1 diamond. We come back and bid 1 no trump, and we now want to be able to tell our partner that we've got game forcing points. So we say 2 diamonds. As partner, I've got 12 plus points, and said, oh, that's great. And comes back and bids 2 spades. Okay, and what the 2 spades is saying, hey, I don't have a blocker, and I've got a blocker in spades. Now in this case, remember there are 2 unbid suits. So if you bid a suit, you're telling your partner that you have a blocker. So we're saying we've got bids 2 spades. So I got a blocker in spades. He says, okay, I'm not really interested in that. And he bids 3 hearts. What's that mean? Since I've got game forcing points, I've got an unbalanced hand, I've got 6 plus diamonds as a rebiddable suit. So what's the opener going to do now? They're going to bid 4 diamonds, inviting their partner to go to game. And he's going to promptly go to game. Now, the only real question in this is whether they have slam or not. Okay, and under different circumstances, they might have explored it by bidding 4 hearts after the 4 diamonds to show a control. But in this case, we're just going to say they bid 4 or 5 diamonds. Let's look at example number 7. Okay. In example number 7, partner, whoops. Why did that happen? I don't know. Let's do an escape. Okay, got back here. Our partner opens 1 diamond. We've got 4 diamonds. We've got 6, 11, 13 points. Now we've got 5 hearts, so we bid 1 heart. And our partner comes and the opener comes back and bids 1 no trump. Okay, now we've got 3, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11 length points. So what do we want to do? We want to tell our partner we've got 10 to 11 points. We bid 2 clubs. And our partner, the opener, obligingly bids 2 diamonds. And we say, okay, now we want to tell our partner that we've got 5 plus hearts. we bid two hearts. The two hearts says to our partner, we've got 10 to 11 points, 5 plus hearts. And the opener goes, hot diggity, and promptly bids 3 hearts, saying, I've got 3 hearts. So they've established a fit and saying, I'm inviting you to go to, I've got a balanced hand. I'm inviting you to either let the contract play at 3 hearts, go to 4 hearts, or play at 3 no trump. Now, because he's and because of the singleton, he's going to go ahead and go bid 4 hearts. Now, in this particular, if we just do a double dummy, real quick double dummy analysis of this hand, it's a laid out at 4 hearts. It's got 1 spade loser, 1 heart loser, 1 diamond loser, and the rest of them are good. Let's look at example number 8. This one, again, the opener bids a diamond. Okay, and the responder's got 5 hearts and four diamonds in a bunch of points, so it bids 1 heart. And in this case, actually should again bid 1 spade, but this person didn't know what they were doing. I'll probably change it in the handout, but they should bid 1 spade. And now, because the responder has 4, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 points, they want to tell their partner they've got 2 plus, they've got the 12 plus points. So they bid 2 diamonds. Okay. And the opener comes back and bids 2 no trump. Now, what is the responder going to bid now? Okay. Well, by bidding 2 no trump, the opener has denied having 3 hearts. Okay. And is going to actually bid 3 no trump. Now, this actually should have been 1 spade. This should be 2 no trump. I'll fix that. So you can see that logically they should be at 3 no trump. Now, it's really for no trump, you would actually prefer to always have 2 cards in your partner's bid suits, in this case, spades, but everything's not always perfect. Let's look at example 9. Okay, I can see what happened. I had some of my animation out of sequence. Okay, example number 9, our partner is going to open 1 diamond. 1 club, 1 diamond. Okay, you can see I'm having some problems today. Okay. And our partner is going to bid 1 diamond. Okay. So then the opener is going to bid 1 spade because they've got an unbalanced hand. Now we've got 4, 8, 9, 4, 8, 10, 11 points. We bid 2 clubs, come back, bid 2 diamonds. We're going to further describe our hand by bidding 2 spades. What we've done is we've delayed showing the 4-card bid in spades. Okay. That allows us, the opener, to know we've got 10 to 11 points. Okay. And they can then decide where they should go to game or not, and promptly goes to 4 spades. All right, let's look at example number 10. In this one, partner opens 1 club. Okay, and the responder with 4 diamonds and 4 hearts and lots of points goes 1 diamond. The opener bids 1 no trump. Now we've got 4, 8, 11, 12, 13 points. Okay, because we want to be able to show 12, we're now going to bid 2 hearts. Okay, this is a normal natural reverse. It shows 4 plus diamonds, 4 plus hearts. Okay, and now the opener says, well, I don't really have a fit for either one of those suits, bids 2 no trump. But he knows that because the responder has 12 plus points, they're probably the game for an auction, and the responder takes them to 3 no. Okay, at hand number 11, or example number 11, the opener bids 1 club. In this one, we have 5, 6. We have 6 high card points. We've got 4 hearts. We want to respond. We bid 1 heart. Now, the opener bids 1 no trump. Do we want to be in no trump? No, we don't want to be in no trump. We've got that singleton spade. We've got 5 clubs, and we know our partner has at least 2 plus clubs. That gives us 7. 96% of the time, they're going to have 3.
So we want to be in clubs. So what we're going to do is we're going to bid 2 no trump. This is alert. It says partner bid 3 clubs. Our partner bids 3 clubs, and what we do, we promptly pass. So there should be a pass there. We'll put that in. They'll probably show up later. Okay, example number 12. Okay, okay, and this one, partner opens a diamond. Okay, we've got 5 hearts. We've got all sorts of stuff here. Okay, and we're going to bid 1 heart. Okay, and the opener comes back and bids 1 spade, like he should have in some of the other hands because he's got 4 spades. Okay, and now we know that we've got a 4-4 fit. Now, how are we going to tell our partner we've got a 4-4 fit and all these points? What we're going to do is bid 2 diamonds. Okay, and our partner, the opener is going to come back because we bid heart, they bid 2 no trump, and now we bid 3 spades, and our opener knows that we've got 4 spades, 12 plus points. Okay, he's got a little bit of trumping power here, so he bids 3 no trump. Okay, so I think that we're going to be able to score better in no trump. Okay, and that ends that particular auction. Okay, well, that concludes the lesson on XYZ with Modified Walsh. It's advanced convention. It's going to take some work on your part to really understand it and to be able to put it to use. So, well, thank you very much for attending the lesson. I hope you have a great day. If you have any questions or anything, send me an email or give me a call.